So Sophie, what are you doing right now?
Well, I'm currently creating a lino print. So this is lino cutting. So Kirsty's drawn the image. As you can see, these are the outlines I'm using to scrape away. I'm scraping away what she's doing. So sort of erasing her layer and adding mine.
Definitely.
What I'm finding interesting about it is how she's very careful of hers. I not so. But it's also interesting as well, that idea of like scraping away marks, because like Kirsty was adding it and I'm scraping it away.
Do you think it's hard to like work on someone else's piece? Because obviously I drew this. Is it hard for you to then try to remove bits that I've done?
It is, because I would use different marks maybe to Kirsty. Mine's less concise. Mine's more expressive and jagged. Yeah. But it's also interesting because I'm having a conversation with Kirsty's drawing here. So it's that back and forth.
And do you think it's hard to try cut out a swirl, because it's not quite natural to do that, is it?
It is. I'm trying to work out what angle to do that, so I tried that angle.
Yeah.
Now should I try this angle? It's almost better to do, keep turning it around, see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
It's also hard because I don't usually work on this sort of scale.
I thought that as well.
I'm a large scale person. Well, I don't mean I'm big.
She's a large scale artist.
Take that comment as you will.
But like, this is proof, obviously we like to work pretty big, so it's interesting to scale it down a bit and see what happens.
So I just need to fix that.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it's interesting to see what happens when we work at a smaller scale.
It's because you're applying so much pressure on this as well. You need to make sure that.
Oh yeah, I do.
Screwed on properly.
So I'll just remove this pen for you.
Which, as this is a more basic set that I'm using, it's very easy for it to.
I was just going to say, is it a challenge for you using a much more basic set rather than going over to the printmaking?
See, I prefer using basic to start off with, because once you have an idea of how you use something when you've got a challenge, you can experiment more when it's using more expensive maybe materials that are easier to use.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's better to use cheap paint first than expensive paint.
Yeah, true.
So
better to test your ideas out first.
That paint, you treat it more, treat it properly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And this can be a trial. If it doesn't work out, then we tried. But if it does, then cool. We can then take that into the printmaking sessions next week and try again. But I think so far it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's kind of coming out how I expected it to.
It's also interesting about, because the other things we were doing were evoking emotions, it's kind of suppressing it with the actions and doing, because it's very calming.
Yes, definitely.
This is like how to deal with the aftermath. So you see this what I've come up with so far. I like this idea of it becoming less concise.
I do.
Becoming more scratches, because if you look at that piece there, but it's becoming less concise, it goes better. So
yeah,
that's what I'm going for.